gentlemen, welcome back to the Northern Beaches #1 podcast. You're listening to The Whip. My name's Zach, here with Elliot again. And we've got some great stories to share with you. It's been a long season at the moment. Christmas is gone. New Year's is gone.
It's horizontal season, baby.
Are you surviving?
Barely. But I'm getting through it. We are getting through it. I'm feeling run down. People are making me angrier by the minute at work. So that's when you know you're ready for a bit of a rip over New Year's.
Well, you need to have a break for
sure.
You,
mate? What about you? Same?
Yeah, it's been a massive dash to the finish line. It was like super busy leading up. Last day was so busy as well. And then it was so nice just to finally leave for the last time.
I just don't understand why every man, woman and child on God's green earth needs things done before Christmas that can wait until January. It's like it pisses me off.
My boss said it today. It's like the whole world's ending on Boxing Day.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Like, I'm fucking over it. People need to sit back, pull out a chair, pour a margarita, get your whippersnipper tool, and chill the fuck out.
And, like, people are trying to get things sorted in their house cleaned. People don't really even notice the house is clean because they're too busy focused on eating prawns and seafood and drinking.
And pounding fucking rosé into God's green earth.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
people literally don't care. But all of a sudden,
no one gives a fuck.
This needs to be painted. This needs to be mowed. This needs to be... That's what we face all the time.
It's fucking bullshit. Like, I'm so over it. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about our shirts because Cracked It Designs on board for another episode.
Thank you again. Make sure you go over to their Instagram, Cracked It Designs.
Yep. Officially sponsored podcasters. So, keep the dream alive for us and we'll keep the lights on for you. That's my slogan. Trademarked at the Whip, Palace Group. But yeah, so thank you to Cracked It. Go buy a shirt. Go give them a follow. It's that time of year. It's shirt season. I look jacked in it. Look at my arms.
Yeah, it's not just Elliot's beautiful haircut, but he actually is looking big, and it's solely because of the shirt. He hasn't been putting any hours in the gym. No,
not at all. No trend from your dealing old Muay Thai coach.
Yeah,
no trend. Just straight hard work and motivation, mate.
Yeah, he might be coming on the podcast soon. We need to hit him up, ask him how the best way to sell drugs to teenagers and shit.
Yeah, how do groom men into buying steroids off you?
Well, speaking of steroids.
Yeah.
Nah, that was nothing. So, as we all know, we took a little bit of a hiatus.
We had a week off.
We had a decent break for a few podcast episodes.
But we had... Because we're such hard workers for the Whippersnippers, we had episodes in the bank.
We were ready. We were ready, locked and loaded.
We were prepared.
And in that break period, I kept on working because I went away previously. So me and Elliot were a strict, really well-oiled machine. We made sure break periods don't line up. So this was Elliot's turn, and he just got back maybe a few weeks ago now from Thailand, and we did want to hear a little bit about the trip.
Yeah, it was a lot. I think that's probably. I think we start with that as an overriding. This is an 18+ episode. It was a lot. If you're not ready to deal with what I went through, then turn off now and go watch something else because it was a lot. I started on the front foot and I ended on the back.
Okay. So give us the backstory. Why did you choose Thailand?
So we had a friend who, I won't mention names, got in trouble with the law and couldn't go to Europe. So he was keen on a holiday. I was keen on a holiday. A few of the boys are coming back through Europe. We're going through Thailand. It's a pretty cheap place. It's a bit of a shithole. Let's not dance around the question. And so I was like, fuck it, let's do it. I've done Bali. Didn't really want to do Bali again. And I will say, preface, if you're tossing up Thailand or Bali, Thailand's way better.
Oh, interesting.
So we were just like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's go. Booked Phuket, 10 days. 10 days is a long time.
And how many of you were there in the end?
5.
5. Can you name any of them?
No, I won't mention
characters. No,
I won't mention that. Okay, we'll call. We'll go.
Just call them the boys. Let's just call them the boys. So it was
the
boys. 5 of the boys landing in Phuket.
Well, so 2 of us on one plane, 1 of us on another. 1 booked his ticket on the Whip and came the next day, and then 1 was meeting us from Europe. So I was with friend of the show, Caleb.
Oh, you can mention names?
I want to mention names, yeah. But I won't mention which individual did what during our time there. So we land from the plane. We see our friend Doolin.
I can't name him.
And we walk into the airport and...
You really missed him because Doolin's been one of your really good friends.
Yeah, he's been in Europe for 9
months. And Elliot's actually really not been able to handle him being away for a really long time. He's been crying a bit.
My liver's been crying of happiness, but I've been crying of sadness. So anyway, we get into the airport, and I thought Phuket airport would be this big airport like Sydney. We get there. It's probably the size of like a regional airport. It's tiny. So you walk through, you go through customs, blah, blah, blah. You get through, and over in Thailand, you can't buy 60s. It's all individual beers.
Oh, really?
So guess who's waiting in the middle of Phuket International Airport with a plastic bag full of Singers, which is like the 50-cent beers over there. It's my good friend Dawn. So we say g'day, cheers, neck one.
No way.
Get outside, and we're just like waiting, getting the taxi, and I'm like, oh, we've got there by about 9 p.m, but it's 4 hours behind, so I'm feeling like 1 a.m, so I'm a bit knackered.
And you just had one beer.
Just had one beer.
Which is like worse than having like 4 because you're just like...
Yeah. So essentially. So we fuck around for a bit, get our taxi. It's hot. Like, I can't tell you how hot it was. Just like humid. And I'm just like sitting there, just like literally drenched in sweat. Anyway, we get in the taxi, blah, 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 fucking around for a bit, and we're just, having a few drinks. And it's like 20 minutes into the car ride, and we're like, oh, should we get Fisher tickets? It's like, yeah, secured the Fisher tickets. That was on the night before we were leaving, so it wasn't for a while. So that just put me in a mood.
Right.
That I've got to rip.
Wait, it was 10 days, wasn't it?
Yeah.
10 so you first day, on day 9, you booked a Fisher ticket.
Yeah.
How was it expensive?
$90.
$90.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
Cafe Del Mar, shithole, but unless they want to have us. But I'll get to that.
Yeah. I remember being at an engagement party halfway through. It felt like it was halfway through your trip. And someone comes up to me and they're like, did you hear about one of the people on Elliot's trip? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, they cut themselves straight away, like early days. What happened there?
First night. So one of the boys on the trip, we're in Bangla Road. We are ripping. Like one of the rips of my entire life.
Yeah, so you weren't putting shoes on caterpillars this trip. It went for one reason only.
To rip. Well, I think we had 2 days not.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but that was necessity. Like, I physically couldn't. So anyway, we're ripping in Bangla Road. We leave the club. It's like 4:30, and I'm like dead. Like, so I'm like, go back, get some food. One positive thing Thailand has taught me is the importance of eating and punishing yourself with water before going to bed.
Yeah,
I got in that habit while I was there, and it helped a lot. So anyway, I go up to my room. I'm eating. The rooms, we all had our own rooms. Bathroom floor, really slippery.
Yeah.
So I had a shower, and I get a call, and it's this person's name on my phone. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm not going back out. Like, I've eaten, I've showered, I'm going to bed. So I went to bed. He called another one of our people in the group, and he was keen to go back out, which is what he thought it was. Turns out individual one had slipped in the shower, fallen face first, and cracked his chin open, bleeding everywhere.
This was the first night.
First night.
So this was after you got off the airport?
First night.
So after the one beer?
First night.
Oh.
First night. Couldn't swim the rest of the trip. It was done. It's like stitches.
Fuck that.
Yeah, stitches. So, yeah, he like called someone back in Sydney, and they were like, show me. They showed him because Sydney was 4 hours ahead. So it was like breakfast on the Wednesday for you guys. He showed them. They were like, yeah, you've got to go to hospital. He was so pissed that when he went to hospital, they couldn't give him anesthetic.
Oh, really?
Because it would have put him out. So they just had to operate. They walked into the hospital, and the nurse was asleep in the
lobby.
In the lobby. They had to wake him up, who then woke the doctor up, who was asleep in the next room, just took him into the lobby, put a towel over his head, and started operating on him in the lobby.
Wow. What an experience.
Night one.
Did you watch it all the medical procedures? Or you weren't there?
No, I was conked out in bed.
So you woke up and heard that this has all happened?
I went to breakfast in the morning and I heard all this, yeah.
Fuck. Makes you really appreciate the Australian medical system.
Well, yeah. Trust me. Being over there made me appreciate Australia a lot. So that was night one. That was dribbly as fuck. And then I'll go through the highlights because I can't remember everything. Full moon party was shit.
Really? Which was that, like day 2 or something?
No, day 3, but we'd been through a lot by that point. By the time we got there, I just remember seeing
Snapchat stories of you just in clubs every single night.
Dude, the clubs there are ridiculous. Like, there's a Club Illusion, and it's one of the most like debaucherous places I've ever been.
Really?
Just like people fucking everywhere, loud music.
Oh, you mean like people everywhere? I thought you meant people like smashing and rooting everywhere.
Oh, no. I mean, if you went upstairs, probably, but just like people everywhere. And like,
Many Aussies?
we didn't meet many Aussies. Made friends with one other dude from Ride.
Is it like lots of people from like Russia and stuff?
Mate, the Russians are fucking. It's a little. I call it Little Moscow.
Yeah, it was.
Everywhere.
They all go there.
Well, you know why? Escaping Vladimir.
Yeah, true.
But you ask them, and none of them will say why. That's why they're there.
Yeah,
They
right.
go, oh, job opportunities. Oh, living. No matter how many times, like I asked so many times when I was hammered, like,
You're such an idiot.
and none of them would answer the question. But like, yeah, but they're all right, except one Russian guy. We're in Macca's at like 10 a.m. in the next morning, did a pierce, came out. This Russian guy walking up the stairs, off his face, like so drunk. So we're like waiting at the top of the stairs. Takes him 5 minutes to walk up. He's walking up. He's a big fat dude. Walks up, loses a shoe, bends down to put his shoe back on. As he's putting his shoe back on, loses the other one. We're just standing there the whole time going, oh my God, can you hurry up?
Yeah.
He gets to the top of the stairs and just pushes us and then just walks past. I'm like, are you fucking serious, mate? Like, they're not the nicest people.
Yeah, okay.
They've been through a lot though, so I understand.
They tried to... actually, don't worry.
Is that going to be a...
maybe a geopolitical event.
Yeah, that may or may not have occurred last year at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It's killed a lot of people.
Ooh, who knows, mate? So, full moon party was shit.
Yeah.
Clubs, Illusion, shout out, sponsor us, unreal. Maybe we could get a little fucking promotion deal.
I don't think they need it. It was packed. Oh, there was a lot. I was even, you hear stories, but I couldn't believe how many like female escorts just in the streets.
What, like lady boys or just...
Bit of both. But
Yeah,
you can't tell because they get that shaved.
Oh.
So you're like, you know, I didn't go to the ping pong show either.
Yeah.
But I had someone who did. And apparently they were there and a frog escaped and started hopping around through the crowd as people ran around trying to catch it. It sounded pretty gruesome, the frog event. And apparently it was just a lot, like darts.
Yeah, I would.
Like budgies, like birds. Like ping pong balls, obviously.
Yeah.
Drinks. Yeah, birds is pretty. The frog was the most arrogant that I heard.
Yeah, right. Fuck.
And then went to a Muay Thai night.
How was that?
That was my favorite part.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I actually became friends with a couple of them.
Does that make you want to get back in the gym?
No, because I was like, no matter how hard I train at this, I'll never be as good as these guys here.
Yeah, okay. Full Thai guys, or was it like
No,
a European guy versus like a Thai person?
So the night we went to, it was Volk's gym.
Oh, right.
So like
the one from Wollongong?
No, Bang Tao, which is the gym he owns over there.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which we actually went to visit. Really nice gym. But so the night we went, so how it kind of works is a lot of the big gyms, all their guys will fight on the same night. So
yeah,
like
okay.
All the Tiger Muay Thais will fight on a night.
All the AKA.
Bang Tao, AK. Well, there was an AKA in the, what's it called?
The card or whatever.
In the championship fight, because we went to a championship fight, and which was fucking hectic. But this night it was majority of Bang Tao, so Volk's gym. So made friends with a French guy, can't remember his name, and made friends with this guy, kind of friends, who was Aussie.
Yeah,
from
right.
Byron Bay, but lives on the Central Coast.
I was training.
Yeah, and I saw him at Fisher. He was having a good time. Let me just say that. So we went to that night. It was good. So many knockouts. The French guy flying kneed someone into a right hook KO.
Right.
Oh. So buckets of beer cheap, just chilling. They were chilling with these guys from Western Sydney, actually. We're all sitting there. You can pound durries anywhere. So went in Rome, mate. So just sitting there, they just come. A couple of the boys are gambling with this Thai guy and bet against him in the final. And the final was an upset. And the Thai guy ran off with the cash that they won.
Oh, really?
From betting. So there was like a massive kerfuffle out the front, like chasing him. Eventually caught up to him. And he just gave them their money. But yeah, a little fucking dickhead trying to rip everyone off.
Yeah, wow.
But,
wait, like our mates?
Yeah.
Caught him?
Got him.
Really?
Didn't do anything violent.
Yeah.
But like, just like got him and was like, what the fuck? Where's that? Like,
who caught him?
Duels.
Yeah,
And then one of the Western Sydney guys who we were with,
okay.
who we were sitting with. That Muay Thai night was my favorite. It was like being that close and just like, because like I haven't been to a UFC event, so I don't know, but it's also really big. Where the Bangla Stadium over there, it's like tiny.
Yeah, okay.
So you're like seeing someone get flatlined. Like the championship fight went for 10 seconds.
Oh, wow.
And he got KO'd.
Was it a Thai guy that won or?
No, it was a Russian.
Versing a Thai?
American.
Oh, versing American.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was an AKA fighter versus a Tiger Muay Thai fighter.
Yeah, okay.
So, pretty big dogs.
I'd love to do one of those like training camps for a couple of weeks or a month or two.
You can. You just got to pick the right gym. Apparently, the bigger ones aren't the ones you want to go to. They're like
Yeah, I've had a friend that I met, and he said the Tiger Muay Thai one's all right. AKA is usually the ones that just push fighters through, and it's whatever.
Duel said the Tiger one was pretty shit.
Yeah, okay.
So I think you want to go to like the smaller ones because they invest more time in you because they don't have as many professional
People coming
fighters.
through. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But we went to the Volks gym. It's in the middle of nowhere, but it was cool. It was really nice.
Yeah. Did you see Volk?
Nah, unfortunately not. Nah, he's in Australia. But like Piotr Jan lives over there. Valentina Shevchenko, Wei Li. But no, I didn't see any of them, unfortunately. If we had have gone probably now to Tiger, probably would have seen Piotr Jan because he's in camp for his fight. But no, not this time.
Didn't get on the mats yourself? You just went and had a look?
Too hungover, mate. just went and had a look for the day. It was interesting. They're guns.
Yeah, okay.
Like, they're fucking so good.
Well,
so Muay Thai was my favourite.
Awesome. Well, what was the worst part of the trip then, if that was your favourite?
Like event-wise or just overall?
The worst part.
I would say the full moon party.
Oh, really? Yeah, so give it to us. Why was the full moon party not it?
So you go to like the big one is in Koh Samui, which is off the islands. And but there's like obviously little mock ones all around, like everywhere. I just think it was honestly a combination of we were battling for 3 days. We probably got there a bit too early. So the wind, like our momentum, like the wind was gone from our sails because we got there. We were so pumped. We were hammered, got there. And then it was like not really starting for ages. So we were kind of just sitting around.
Oh, really?
And then so how you get there is like their mafia run a lot of it. So you have to get separate taxis. So the actual place is like 15 minutes away from the main area of Phuket, but it takes so long to get your normal taxi to then get the mafia, whatever taxi. And then you have to pay for 2 separate trips. So it takes you like 45 minutes to actually get there. So we were like, we're not going to leave and come back. So we were like, fuck it, let's go. And then we ended up just going clubbing anyway. And
Back to Illusion.
Yes. But like, I just think it was like after a few days, we were just dead.
Yeah, okay.
And then, when we got there too early. Best part was the Muay Thai. Going to PP for sure.
Yeah, cool.
PP, beautiful. James Bond Island.
Would you go back?
To Thailand? Fuck.
Is it the type of trip you reckon you know how you talked before, how there's like the trips that you do with mates and there's a trip that you do with like the missus? Like example, like maybe in America is a trip with the missus, what you said previously, and or like Europe trip, maybe a trip with the boys, Bali trip with the boys. But like Bali could be both.
I would say no. I wouldn't go back with because that's the tree where I fall from these days, relationships. So do you. That's where we are now. There was a point in our lives where we were the other one, and I would say, yeah, I'd go back. Would I go with a girlfriend? Absolutely not.
Yeah, okay.
It's
that?
It's just not a very relaxing place. Like,
you don't reckon you could do like the nice little wholesome, like discover yourself trip, digital nomad, sightsee?
You 100% could. There was the last 3 days when we went to Kamala, which was like, we had a villa, very peaceful, out of the main bit, way more traditional. You definitely could do the islands. I'm just a big believer in not going back to somewhere you've been.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and if I wanted to do like a relaxing trip with my missus, I would rather go somewhere like Fiji.
Yeah,
because I haven't been there, 1, and 2, that would be like, you would be able to relax more.
I've been to Fiji once.
Love it. Like it?
I was in year 9.
Yeah, okay. The only trips I believe in going back to, if you've done it, is like snow, because snow, you kind of got to play it a bit more safe.
Yeah, okay.
Because you're like, I know where, for example, Japan's going to be good.
Yeah, yeah.
So like if I'm going to spend all that money on this one activity, I need to make sure it's good.
Yeah, okay.
But like, yeah, I probably wouldn't go back to Thailand, no.
And did this trip ingrain like that, the travel bug in you? Because you haven't really done much for a while.
Not for a while. Yes, a bit, but it also made me realize that I don't have as much rip in me anymore.
Yeah, okay. So maybe you might be transforming now from the ripping and tearing to the...
When we landed, so we got back, so we had a red-eye flight on the way back, popped a few Valiums, out like a light, but even though it cuts the trip short, they're never good sleeps.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, so we got out of the airport, got all our stuff, and then friend of the show picked us up at the airport and was like, holy fuck, you three look shit. And we were like, yeah, I feel it, like, bad. Like, I was down pretty bad. Which is why I don't understand how people can do, like, Europe for so long.
Wait, how long was the recovery for you?
Probably not till that weekend. I'm still having really weird dreams. I had some strange dreams over there.
Yeah, okay.
You know what it is? This is why I think this is why it was a lot, is because you can go to somewhere, and like even people who are in Europe were saying this, like you go to somewhere like Bali, like you can, like Thailand and especially Phuket and Bangla, there is so much going on. Like it is so loud that your brain is just working. Like my neck has never been so sore. Like I'll be looking here, something will happen here. Then I'll look there, something will be happening there. Like you just constantly noise, just loud. Everywhere's loud. Like you can stand anywhere. So I think that's why it also, and then it's just like hot, heat.
Was that the first undeveloped country you really went to?
Bali.
Bali, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's nicer than Bali.
Yeah.
For sure. Like,
okay.
Way more built up than Bali. That's what I mean. Just like music, noise,
everything's happening.
boys, promoters, police, wild animals, lifeguards, just constantly. Russians.
Overloaded of the senses.
That's how, yeah. So that's why that's probably the best way I describe it. Maybe I'm soft. But that's probably the perfect way I describe it. There was a few nights where I was like, or the next morning I was like, I'm not even hungover. I'm just like, I don't want to go back to that busyness. I want to go relax.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I mean? And it's a hard place to do that.
Yeah, okay. So where are you thinking next for Elliot? Because I'm thinking South America, I reckon.
See, it's never interested me.
Really?
No, but a lot of people it has. Like you wouldn't struggle to go with people.
Yeah. For me, it's like I want to go to the places that not many people are going anymore. Like compared to like Europe, you know?
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. I think if I went, it's just, middle's always interested me more. So like the Caribbean and I would do Mexico, Cuba. Like I would do that.
South America.
Cuba's not central.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing.
Oh,
That's where we're going.
No racism. Actually, you can say it. Okay. So, I would do that, but going somewhere like Argentina or Brazil or down there has never interested me.
Oh, we're thinking like Chile, Colombia, Cuba or something.
You can do like a bus that goes like all the way through. I had a couple of friends from high school did it, and it was pretty cheap and they had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then you're with other people, so you kind of feel a bit safer. I think for me next, mate, is I'll probably nip over to New Zealand midway through the year.
Oh, yeah. Nice little chill one.
Just a quick one, just a week. And then I'm thinking hopefully Canada or Japan.
Yeah, cool.
And maybe Canada. I've always wanted to do Canada.
I feel like Canada's expensive.
Where the fuck isn't these days?
Yeah, true. Well, Thailand.
No, more than what I thought.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you do a lot of damage to the bank?
Not irrecoverable, but I definitely spent more, but my activities didn't help me.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? So, like, you could do it cheap.
Yeah.
Sure you could do it cheap because, like, everything apart from drinking in the clubs is cheap.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, I spent more than what I thought. It was probably like, I probably spent 2.5 the whole thing.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty much similar to what I spent for Egypt.
Considering my accommodation was $20 a night.
Yeah, I go to hostels.
Yeah, but where do you think the other 2.3K went? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't help myself. So you definitely could have done it cheaper than what I did.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if I was going to Europe after, I would have had to seriously, like, pull myself together because that budgeting was not good.
Yeah.
So we also got a nice villa at the end, which took out another $300. So Fisher tickets $100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't go back.
No.
Not to, nah.
And how was the fishing night, actually, just before we wrap up?
That was so fun because that was like, I knew it was my last night. I was keen, but the stage collapsed.
Oh, really?
So
I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah, so we got halfway through and then all these secchies like run over and I thought someone's been like, you know, fallen or something or blah, blah, blah. Then I like peek over the top and there's a fucking huge hole in the floor. So we had to stop his set. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, set kept going, came back on anyway. And then he played his last song where everyone was leaving. We were like, one last rip, Bangla Road, let's go. And then we just hear this bang and the fireworks malfunctioned. And it was just falling burnt like fire onto the crowd. And like we were running out and like, yeah, they absolutely like clusterfuck, Cafe Del Mar. Like,
really?
Yeah, it was wild, like stage collapse and the fireworks malfunctioned.
Fuck.
And started like falling onto the crowd and so everyone was like sprinting out. So then like
were you pushing a few people down?
Aussie guy we met got bashed as well.
Oh, really?
By the Sekis. Yeah, had a huge swollen face after.
Are the Sekis Thai?
No.
They're just big blokes.
Russian.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I was like, the Thai guys are pretty short and small.
Well, yeah, but they all know Muay Thai.
Yeah, but like they can't beat like a fat, massive dude twice their size.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, so Russian Sekis, mistaken identity. So they thought he was someone else that did something. And yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was crazy. His face was just like.
So don't have like a stock standard face when you go to Thailand.
No. Got to dress differently. But I love hostel life, you know, we're sitting around.
Yeah, it's fun.
Met a few boys from England who are really nice. Couple of Aussies, mainly British.
It's such a stereotypical like fucking thing at hostels. It's like people coming in, coming out. It's like exactly what you think it's going to be. It's fucking fun.
It's a weird feeling though, just like talking to someone the entire night going, am I ever going to see you again?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
You know
the whole time you're like, oh, and they'll say, oh, I'll see you
like you
never.
follow each, imagine if before Instagram, like you just would have made friends with these people and
never see them again.
You would have no idea who they are.
And never, ever again.
Yeah, well, like now you can stay in
contact. That is the weird thing about traveling, eh? Like you'll spend like a whole day on like a tour with someone and then next day.
Like, that's what we did. Like we were like when we went on like a tour to one of the islands, like we were with this guy and his girlfriend and like how we knew them is because they loved EDM and like and could name like all these Australian artists. So we were like talking to them the whole day.
Yeah, right.
And just like got off the bus at the end and was like,
well,
fun guys.
Yeah.
Because they were
have a good trip.
Because they were they were doing like a world tour.
Yeah, okay. Classic.
So they were flying to like Cambodia or something.
Oh, that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, Vietnam is the best apparently. In Southeast Asia, Vietnam.
Fuck no. I'm thinking Vietnam too. It could be pretty fun.
Misses?
Potentially.
Yeah. I think it would say.
Or the boys.
A boys' trip in Vietnam would be loose. But you got to go to the north.
Yeah, I want to do that bike loop.
Yeah, that's the best apparently. That's people prefer that more than Europe.
Yeah, cool.
So, yeah, I think Canada, or I might just keep saving, grinding, World Cup, America.
Oh, yeah, you talked about that last time, didn't you?
Yeah.
That could be funny.
That would be scenes. That would be absolute scenes.
I don't know.
But yeah, Thailand, I'll give Thailand if 10 out of 10's perfect, I'll give Thailand a 6.
That's a good score to finish it off.
Yeah,
I thought it would be a little bit higher, a little bit disappointed with that 6. But
well, I give Japan like an 8.
Yeah, okay.
And that's my favorite country I've ever been to.
Okay.
So, and I don't think it's just a little bit worse than Japan. I don't think it's nearly as good as Japan.
Yeah, right.
But it's still fun.
Well, guys, you've heard it here from Elliot. 6 for Japan.
Thailand. Better than Bali. Thailand's better than Bali.
Yeah, cool. So if you want a better experience than Bali, head to Thailand.
For sure, definitely.
But guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. This has been a long one. Nice little catch up.
I know.
Talk about Thailand.
This was coming out 2 days up. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year as well, guys.
2024.
Wow.
It's the year of the whippersnipper.
It is.
It's the year of the whippersnipper.
The whip to 1 million.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll see you guys soon.